This video is going to be a brief update for our Campus House Bill 5 coordinators, as well as provide a bit of information regarding the ASA accountability and school improvement domains that will be updated for the 2017-2018 school year. Our hope is to kind of get ahead of this program and be ready in the Domain 5 edition for the 2017-18 school year. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and implement the identification of our 3 key indicators based on our House Bill 5 community and student engagement binders currently in place. So this video is going to cover not only how to identify those indicators or the purpose of identifying those indicators, but also we're going to do an update on our Google Sheets spreadsheet to make sure that all campuses are keeping up to date with their documentation and scoring throughout the course of the year. For some campuses, they're already highly involved and have several of those programs already listed within their spreadsheet, and some have yet to access the document. So this is going to be the how to access, how to complete and submit, and we'll go forward from here. So the first thing is, if you have not or do not have access to the House Bill 5 Campus Coordinator Google Classroom, this is a good way to receive information and resources. Please send me an email so I can get you added to that list. Also, if you don't have access to your campus workbook through Google Sheets, it means I have not received an identified campus coordinator for the House Bill 5 at your campus. If you can shoot me an email for who needs access to that spreadsheet, this is what they'll be sent. It will be a link directly from a Google form that says you have been provided access, and this is specific to each individual campus. And as you can see, the spreadsheet looks very similar to last year. The first page simply starts out with the projection of the number of campus events that you plan on hosting over the course of the year. This can edit throughout the course of the year, but this is just a projection based on the number of events you held last year and what you think is going to occur this year. This projection does calculate into your final rating, since we talk about the weight of both quality of the events as well as quantity. Now, quantity does not account for as much of the score as the quality of the events, but this is a way to keep everybody weighted at an equal level. In the spreadsheet, just like last year, there's an individual page for each of the indicators. So fine arts, wellness and PE, community and parent involvement, etc. Each one has up to 75 individual lines. Actually, I've added additional on the parent and community involvement because so many ran over the allotment last year. If you need any additional lines added, please let me know and I can add those for you. Just like last year, you simply go through and you identify each of the events that you are or have hosted or plan on hosting if you stay ahead of this. So you would simply type the name of the event. You can select the criteria that is a drop down based on what indicator you're working in. And then it's just a matter of rating each individual event. And all you have to do there is utilizing the rubrics provided at the beginning of the year in your House Bill 5 binder. You can also access those on the web. You simply go through and rate based on the rubric for each of the 4 indicators. So we have student engagement, community involvement, advertising media, and participation and attendance based on your projections. From this, you can see that the rating for the individual event is calculated, as well as an overall rating for each individual domain or indicator within the House Bill 5 student community engagement. Once you have all of that completed, you do not have to submit the spreadsheet this year. The purpose of it being in Google Sheets is now this is a live form that updates automatically to a district sheet. So as you enter these events, I'll actually be able to view those, and we get an overall rating for the campus and district as you populate those. Now here's a sample of Bells Hill Elementary, who is currently staying very up to date given the number of events. So you can see here that the cumulative or the planning document has been completed. Also, you can see that several events for the year have already been entered and scored, and this just continues to keep a running tally for the entire year. What we don't want to happen is to get caught to the end of the year when we're looking at May and the submission of the binders, and that you're having to go back and try to remember and go through the binder individually by event and enter those. So we want to get that scoring done early and keep up with that. We'll also be doing a check in January at the Parent Involvement Coordinator meeting hosted by Miss Sheila Whitehead. So you want to make sure that by that time in January, everything there is up to date. But if you have any questions on how to access or do not have access to the spreadsheet, please send me an email, patrick.upmore@wacoisd.org, or if you need any help entering the information, or if you have the information in another spreadsheet and you want to simply copy and paste that over and you need assistance, contact me and I will be happy to come over and help. The last step that we're going to ask you to do is the identification of 3 indicators for House Bill 5. Now, this is a process that will not fully be implemented with the state of Texas until the 2017-2018 school year, at which time Domain 5 will become effective. Basically, what that means is districts and campuses will receive a rating on a scale of A through F based on what is currently now 4 domains or indices. We will be adding a 5th domain, which is community and student engagement. That 5th domain will count as 10% of the overall rating of the campus, and it will come from our House Bill 5 community and student engagement binders. And what it will be based on is 3 indicators of the 8 provided in the House Bill 5 binder and scoring. Those 3 indicators will have to be identified in the summer of 2017. So this is a trial run as we move forward through the year so that we can get a sense of the identification of what indicators we'll be utilizing at each campus, what indicators we'll utilize at the district level, so that we can be ready for next summer when we actually do have to do the official identification that will be submitted to TEA as we go forward with Domain 5. The identification sheet is provided a link on the agenda, and you can see here all you have to do to access the sheet. You must be signed into your Waco ISD Google account, which means you should see your Waco ISD email. If you are not granted access or you're being asked to request access, it's possible that you are logged in on your personal Gmail account. Simply log out, log into Google with your Active Directory information, which is your full Waco ISD email, and your Active Directory password. Once you're in, you simply identify your campus, and then select the 3 indicators that you'll be using for the scoring of Domain 5. So there, it's just a multiple selection box. Once you've selected the 3 indicators, you click Submit, and that is it. So again, this process is not official until the 2017-2018 school year. At that point, in the summer of 2017, the House Bill 5 coordinators and campus administrators will be asked to identify the 3 indicators they will utilize for the scoring of Domain 5. But this is a good trial run and gives us a sense of what the campuses will likely be rating as we move forward into 2017-2018. So if you could please submit this information at your earliest convenience, and I look forward to reconvening with the group in January and looking where we are.